The girl was using the toilet while her parents stood nearby, too afraid to look back. When she finished, she sealed the waste in a bag and handed it to her father, telling him to hurl it as far out of the pit as he could. The three of them had been trapped in this deep hole for over 2 months now. They had no choice but to take care of all their needs right there, and it was all their son's doing. But even her father couldn't keep up this grueling routine forever. Sooner or later, he'd slip up. Gradually, the pit filled with a sickening stench. Above ground, John was having a blast playing games with his friend. Only at midnight would he take control of his drone, flying it over the pit to check if his parents and sister were still alive. His father would scream curses up at the sky, calling John a monster, but his words never reached John's ears. The next day, when John said goodbye to his friend, he even withdrew $50,000 from an ATM and gave it to him. In John's mind, his friend had spent so much time playing with him, paying wages was just what adults did. But not long after his friend left, his mother's best friend showed up at the door, confused and worried. She kept asking why she couldn't reach John's mom, and John, his heart racing with guilt, had no answer. The more he dodged her questions, the more suspicious she became. She turned to leave, then called the police. What she didn't know was that John already had a plan. He locked all the doors to the house, then hid upstairs, making it look like no one was home. When the police arrived, they searched the place but found nothing out of the ordinary. Meanwhile, in the pit deep in the forest, where John's parents and sister were being held captive, hunger had left them too weak to move. John hadn't brought them food in days, and they'd already braced themselves for the worst. Time dragged on. Then one day, John decided to make dinner, which he lowered down to his family in a bucket. Starving, the three of them didn't care if it tasted good. They grabbed the food and devoured it. That night, John slept alone in the big, empty villa. For the first time, he realized that the adult world wasn't as fun as he'd imagined. Overwhelmed with regret, he went to the pit at dawn. Staring down at his haggard, exhausted family, he didn't know what to do until an idea hit him. Moments later, his parents were woken by a creaking sound. They looked up, and to their shock, a ladder was slowly being lowered into the pit. With that ladder, the three of them finally escaped the nightmare of that hole. As they wandered through the woods, desperate to find John, they spotted a body floating in the pool. His parents' hearts dropped. They thought John had been consumed by guilt and taken his own life to atone. They rushed to pull the body out, not realizing this was all just another one of John's tricks.